Kamal Salim came to this country in the 1980s. He's a friend of mine. I met him quite a few years ago. And I'll read his statement, but I want to kind of introduce him. He was an ex-Muslim terrorist. He grew up in, actually where my family's from, the country of Lebanon, in a Muslim family. So I'm going to read it from his perspective. Chairman and members of the committee, thank you for the opportunity to speak today. I was born into a Muslim family that practiced Sharia law in Lebanon. At the age of 7, because of those beliefs, I was recruited by the Muslim Brotherhood and used as a child soldier. We came to the United States with the purpose of advancing Islam through Sharia. America will not be destroyed by rockets, airplanes, or explosives alone. Sharia destroys nations through the legal system by using laws and courts to replace freedom. We can see this clearly in other Western nations. In Birmingham, England, Sharia zoning exists after Sharia was permitted by the government. There are areas where non-Muslims cannot enter without permission from an imam, and those areas are policed by Sharia authorities. The same pattern exists in parts of Germany and France, what I call a state within a state. These areas are physically inside those nations but operate under Islamic authority, not national law. We must learn from what is already happening abroad before it happens here, and I would add my own words, it's already happening here in states like Minnesota and Michigan as well, and in parts of Texas. The greatest strength of America is freedom. I see lawmakers, soldiers, and public servants who have fought to protect that freedom. The question before us is simple. After all that sacrifice, why would we allow that freedom to be taken away? What kind of nation will we leave to our children? One of freedom or one of submission? That choice belongs to all of us. People from all over the world come to America seeking our freedoms. So we must ask, why would we change our laws and bylaws to accommodate foreign legal systems or constitutions? Sharia law is not simply a religious practice, it is a complete legal system. The constitutions for Muslims worldwide. It dictates how they must live. Under Sharia doctrine, a Muslim who does not follow it is not considered a true believer. Islamic sources such as the Hadith and the Bukhari teach that one cannot please Allah without jihad. Sharia is built on two foundations, the Quran and the Sunnah. The Sunnah consists of the Hadith, that is what Muhammad said Muslims must do, and his biography, which records what he did. When Sharia courts or imams are recognized, their rulings must reflect these sources. They are fundamentally incompatible with both the United States and the Missouri state constitutions. In Islamic texts, including Surah 9 and Surah 7, war is waged against Christians and Jews. In the Hadith, atheists are declared killable without judgment. That is Sharia law. When Muslims are empowered to practice Sharia within Western nations, they are permitted to act lawfully according to those commands. This includes acts that directly violate our legal and moral standards. Sharia also places Muslims in a state of jihad, holy war, against any nation that does not allow Sharia to operate legally. If the United States allows or entertains Sharia, it empowers radical Islamists to exercise these beliefs. That includes rape. If a woman is not a Muslim in their kind of Islam, they have the right to rape or even traffic her. Sharia does not arrive all at once. It is introduced gradually through demands for special privileges. Requests for special hospital rules and practices by Muslim doctors, asking for Muslim women to be able to swim at a special hour at a university because of their beliefs, or prayer spaces in workplaces that are not equally available to other faiths. This creates discrimination and not freedom. Then Muslims have to defend these establishments. Eventually, Sharia experts are required to adjudicate what Muslims may or may not do, and the legal system begins to shift away from equal treatment under the law. I want to be clear, I love my people, the Muslims. They are my family. If you want to help Muslims in America, help them to adhere to the United States Constitution. That is what truly sets people free. Assimilation, not separation, is what allows future generations to thrive, just as it has for other groups that have come to this country. Finally, I remind you of the Holy Land Foundation trial in Dallas, Texas. This was a major federal terrorism financing case involving the Muslim Brotherhood. Evidence seized by the American institutions, charities, and legal systems to undermine Western civilization from within and to establish an Islamic state governed by Sharia. This strategy includes deception, manipulation of language, infiltration of organizations, and the eventual replacement of constitutional law with Islamic law. Members of this committee, this is not speculation. It is happening elsewhere. It has been documented here. The question before us is whether we will act in time. Thank you for your attention. And committee, thank you so much for the time to